Good afternoon, ladies and I'm John, this is Many a Truder. Welcome back to Empire Total War, where last time the grand invasion of India began, and, okay, I've got mixed feelings about it. You see, to date we have had, 3 or 4 engagements against the Marathan forces, and we have won overwhelming victories in every engagement. So why is it that I'm feeling a little bit concerned about the state of this invasion? Well, mainly because we don't have much to bloody show for it yet. It is going much more slowly than I was anticipating. Already, we've run into more resistance. I mean, great, we've got Ceylon generating 600 golden taxes, and we're shipping a tiny, insignificant amount of tea home, but yes, this has proven to be more complicated than I anticipated. They had about maybe 3 times the naval strength that we thought they were going to have. Now, fine, we've killed it, but they have proved to me that, yes, they might have a lot more than I was anticipating. And that might be true on the ground, too. Because at this point already, they are putting together more and more and more bloody full stacks of troops. And the reinforcements are no doubt piling home from Persia right now. So, yeah. We need to, watch out for this. This could be trouble, potentially. It is extremely important that we absolutely seize control over the seas, blockade every port as soon as possible. Fortunately, next turn, the kill fleet should arrive. At that point, we can definitely dominate anything left up north. And at that point, hopefully, we can start turning a bit of a profit, because yes, indeed. Right now, we are losing a lot on this war. I've committed a full stack fleet of expensive ships, more than a full stack fleet, actually. Once kill fleet arrives, yeah, a stack and a half, together with 2 full stacks of good quality troops. A lot of money has been sunk into the India campaign. Right now, it is not paying for itself. And at the moment, we can deal with it, but okay, that's not necessarily going to last, is it? Right now, Europe is relatively peaceful, but that could change at any time. At this exact moment in time, things are going well. Alright, Russia is keeping Sweden and Poland and Lithuania busy. That is great, but that's not gonna last forever. Eventually, Sweden is going to come and attack me again, and Poland is getting really strong. They've just eaten Vienna at some point, meaning, yeah, Prussia is now looking in a dicey position, though they've also got 2 full stack armies, so Lord only knows where they're going next, but that is a big, tough army going somewhere. Need to watch the borders in that regard. And Spain, despite losing in the Caribbean, is doing really well in Europe. They are now eating North Africa. Alright, some of these territories are very, very valuable indeed. Things could change and get nasty in Europe any moment. Alright, right now, this is working for me. So, right, main objective today, we need to get onto the mainland in India and form a nice, secure, solid base that we are confident we can defend. Even if I have to pull out some troops in an emergency because something goes wrong over in Europe. Right, most units have already done their business this turn, but I can't help but notice Ceylon's not keen on me, so alright. You guys can have yourselves, yes, a lovely little theatre or something, and to be honest, we should probably give you a proper drill school. Though then again, actually, I need agents. I need agents because I need scouts, and agents can just scout ahead and keep an eye on things. I'd say we can actually, yeah, get rid of this. This is not worth much at all. I'm going to build a new tavern chainer here to start spawning rakes. That way, I've got a supply of spies right by India. That will be extremely useful. Okay, world, what have you got for me? And significant Spanish fleets just doing the rounds. Okay. To be honest, we might want to go and have a look-see at that at some point, because I am building a good fleet up in Europe. But while we've got peace in the Baltic, we could just say, screw it, send the fleet down to Spain, we could blockade their trade routes. we could start making a lot of money just by leeching other nations' trades. And speaking of which, Prussia have now lost their only port. Destroy that fleet, and Prussia's done. We should probably go take care of them. Oh, well, looky who's coming begging for peace. Now that is a good sign, but we know for a fact, yes, their wealth is still spectacular. Maratha can keep fighting and keep building all day, every day. And at some point, I might want to make peace with them. Draw a line in the sand and just say, you know what? That's enough. If we can damage them sufficiently, I'm confident they won't be able to just bulldoze into Europe on the other flank by just cutting straight through the Ottomans. At that point, we can say, job done, and go home. But that is not yet. Okay, best as I can tell, no major other changes in Europe. Prussia is just holding still and defending what is now actually its last city. We could defeat Prussia. And honestly, late-game Prussia is dangerous. Their late-game army is terrifying. Just going and killing them might not be a terrible idea in the long run. Also, we've got some technology. Bonus 10% movement range with all ships. That is spectacular. Also, apparently we were researching wedge formation. Shouldn't have been doing that. That seems like a bit of a waste. I will never use it. But sure, whatever. Okay, clearly I've taken my eye off the ball a little bit in this regard. Let's make sure this is all properly doing what it should be doing. Here we go. Military guy in the Netherlands. He's very good at these techs. Let's get going with reorganized procurement. Though, yes, as many techs are, it's a bit of a double-edged sword. It's going to make my troops more expensive to maintain, but you can't go further down the building tree of military buildings until it's done. And until I go down to the next step of military buildings, I can't get my own snipers out. So it's pretty important we do that, yes. And then just continue researching naval techs, because yes indeed, mysteriously counter to how military techs go, naval techs very often do make your boats cheaper. So at the start of the game, yeah, boats are really expensive, armies relatively cheap. By the end of the game, that kind of flips a bit. So, okay, let's just keep on keeping on like that. Yes, and one other crucial thing as well. Once we've got ourselves a reorganized procurement, at that point and only at that point, can I get a gunnery school out. And, oh, that's where life starts getting very sexy and very explosive. Okay, back to India where good things are happening. Kill fleet has arrived. Now, big question is, where's their main fleet at the moment? That I do not know, and Kill fleet can't really, get into a good position just yet. So, okay. You guys just start moving nice and slow and easy in this direction in case they are right there. I suspect they're holding their fleet pretty much where we expect them to be, right over here nearby to the capital. So don't worry about that for the time being. The advantage we do have is I've now got a big fleet right here in port. Now if I just move, yes, a small ship in this direction. Do we have free access to this port? Because if we do, oh we do. They do not have troops guarding this port right now, and they haven't built a boat here because they physically can't. I suspect I can get my troops into a boat, my boats to here, and my troops with enough leftover movement points to seize this building right now. The problem we're going to have, however, is we're now into territory which is most definitely not Protestant. Yes, everyone's going to hate me because I'm a foreign invader, and on top of that, I'm the wrong religion. So it's going to be relatively hard to keep this place calm and under control. Another reason why we need trade goods. We're not going to be able to tax this place particularly efficiently, for the simple reason it's going to cause too much unhappiness. Right, guys, are you now all... yes, you are nice and healed up. I love it. Though, do I want to bring any of you guys into play? We do have snipers and mounted gun lads right here. To be honest, I feel like this army is doing the job just fine. Let's just get this army moving. Though actually, to be fair, as we've got a 6 rate right here, probably the safest option, as, yeah, troops can load without losing all their movement points. It's only unloading that costs them their movement points. So, you just come over here, buddy. Now, everybody pile in the boat. The boat now comes over to here. Absolutely lovely. Unloads the army right there. And perfect. So much leftover movement, and with every fight, my troops get better. That's another advantage to fighting lots of fights, alright? Your troops just get better and better as time goes by. And here we go. Arcot, we're moving in. Do be aware, though, while their line infantry is worse than mine in a straight-up fight, in a straight-up gun exchange, they're actually pretty good when it comes to, yeah, hand-to-hand fighting. So, melee defense are 15 right there. My basic line infantry are only at 13, so we can struggle a bit against these lads when it comes to hand-to-hand, not least as they can also bring very good quality swordsmen to play. If they flank you, you're in trouble. Taking the walls down here can be a bit tricky on occasion. Fortunately, we've brought Scots with us. Scots are amazing. Scots will do just fine. Say hello to Indian forts, by the way. Functionally, they're very similar to the ones you'll find in Europe, but I do think they're actually a fair whack prettier. They're very attractive with the, yes, round towers and the arches and whatnot. They just feel a lot more, you know, decorative, which is lovely. So, okay, pretty standard approach here. I've got, yeah, a handful of Scots and cavalry on one side, a couple more Scots ready to move in onto the other, cannons at the front door. They simply don't have a full stack army here. We'll simply push wherever they're weakest. This should not be a big deal, to be honest. Just focus on... Okay. They are absolutely focused on this side over here, meaning, yeah, the Scots on this side can start moving in without too much trouble. And if we break down this wall, yeah, there'll be... Oh, wow, that's... Okay, that took a lot of damage very fast. So, the cold, hard march of technology, our cannons are getting better and better at knocking down some walls. And there are their only functional cannons. So, okay, deploy some cavalry just to go and deal with that. You guys start moving forward into position. Nice and slow, please. Nice and slow. Okay, cavalry appears to have made contact with the enemy on this side. They've lost a lot of horses, so probably there was one big canister blast just before they arrived. Bit of a shame, but what can you do? Guys, make sure they do not get away, please. And yes, if nothing else, they're actually drawing a tiny bit of attention over in this direction, which is good news. Their cavalry decided not to come and engage, so... Alright, cannons removed from the equation. Okay, troops are starting to move towards the front door as the cannons do their work. Over here, we're pretty much unopposed, so I'm just sending the Scots in to climb up on these walls. Give them a nice little foothold there. They've abandoned part of the wall. These guys are going to climb here, and you guys are going to respond, meaning it's time to immediately send you guys over to here. Alright, we can now sandwich this unit between two Scots, and you do not want to be between two angry Scots. Very bad place indeed. If they just want to, yeah, screw it. Get in, fast as you like. Everybody through the bridge. We have got troops up here, ready to go, ready to provide covering fire. Yeah, Indian forts tend to be a little bit more empty. I feel like they're slightly bigger and slightly less buildings. So as a result of that, yeah, it's a bit easier to move cavalry around, if I had to say. So, right, you guys get down. You guys stay in position, and there we go. Overwatch ready to go right there. To be honest, guys, maybe fall into more of a defensive position right about here will do. Right, fall back into this position. They are now responding to, yes, all this nonsense. Begin sending in the second wave. In a straight one-on-one fight, we should do just fine. So you guys get over towards here. Start running forward. I've got Scots coming up the back. They're doing their best to deal with us. Oh, that's just armed populace. Scots, tear them apart, please. Tear them apart. So you guys will now just fire at anybody as needs firing at. You guys can just, yeah, do whatever you need to for the time being. In come the camels. You gotta love the camels. Camels are great, but they're not gonna be able to do too much to me, unfortunately. Speaking of which, I think, yes, right now Scots are shooting down at the camels, and they've immediately lost a lot of camels. So, okay. Meanwhile, you guys are being absolutely shredded right over here. Actually, to be honest, the Scots are... Okay, you guys are letting yourselves down right here. You're taking on a basic militia. You can win this. Come on, guys. I believe in ya. Alright, looks like the situation's resolved itself just fine on this flank. So, yeah, we managed to just basically brute force our way inside. So now you guys just start repositioning. These guys are wavering, in trouble in general. We've got Overwatch from the walls, and we've got you guys doing a competent enough job. There you go, the Scots have finally started winning. But yes, be careful, because Marathan troops, even basic ones, can be pretty good in the old melee, because yeah, look at that. It's the swords. They've actually got pretty decent swords, so you'd rather shoot them down than engage them in melee because, okay, my Scots are going to win, but they've taken significant losses. Okay, begin moving troops forward into different, better positions. Push up step by flipping step. We're going to move towards the center over here, and we are also going to start firing upon these troops, which is going to be beautiful. So, you lads, yep, here we go. Ready to start firing. So, first rank, open fire. I just love watching fire by rank happening. It's absolutely spectacular. So, come on, guys, I believe in you. There you go. So, first rank, anytime you're ready. In come the shots, and they kneel down. Second rank, open fire. It's just beautiful. Watching fire by rank is just so gorgeous. It's just stuff like that that makes Empire one of my favourite Total War games of all time. It's beautiful. And with them being shot in the back, they are not happy bunnies anymore. Meanwhile, over here, yeah, we're just taking some free shots at these guys who are guarding this breach, which just isn't doing much. And where are the camels? Oh, there's you guys over here. Okay, Scots versus camels. Let's flip and go. Okay, now we just slowly push them forward. They're trying to respond to these troops in the center, but it's too late now. Now, my troops are just firing and more firing. They're going to try and get over to here. They're walking straight to the next rank of line infantry, who are going to open fire momentarily. You guys are not quite positioned correctly, but you will be in a moment. Now, time to start flanking. That's the key, of course. It's always about the flank. You don't want to engage like this, and seriously, just finish off these camels. It's fine. These guys have actually taken a real beating. They're taking on the real lads over here. So these Scots could be in a bit of trouble. We need to get them some reinforcements, ideally. So, yeah, these guys are taking a lot of fire right there. Guys. Get over to here. Go back into fire mode and open fire on these guys if you can. We're going to bring these guys up to reinforce over here. The Marathons have done a competent job with very limited troops, it must be said. So you guys should also be firing at will. Get over to here. Their general is dead. And now we're just slowly closing the net. But this here is the danger of, yes, going into battle after battle. Okay, I'm going to win, but how much of the bloody reinforcements going to cost me? I do enjoy, by the way, how every territory has its own music. So when you engage in fights against the Maratha in India, you've got an entirely new soundtrack. I think that's just such a cool touch. Okay, 400 dead to their 1,000. Not bad, but again, we've got to pay for replenishments. Okay, so this region is, yeah, not a huge city. It's one of the small sub-regions, and it's been specialised in the direction of military. So I could actually build a whole bunch of good units here, and to be honest, I'll leave it. I'll leave it as is. I believe that means, yeah, we don't necessarily get the absolute best repression, but we can train better troops. Yeah, here we go. It's already maxed out with +1 repression. If I were to convert that into the civilian version, it would gain better repression, better taxes, but I wouldn't be able to train anything good. I might do that down the line, just not right this second. On the plus side, for a small sub-region without a proper city in it, this place is rich, actually. Really, really rich. We've got decent farms dotted around. I think we've actually got maybe 2 of them. In fact, a prosperous town right there that has been converted into, yes, that is Cotton Weaver's Cottage. Very, very nice indeed. Then we've got Gem Pit, Abundant Yield, also nice. Average yield of spices. Well, those are already being shipped back home. That's good money. That's good money right there. Congrats, you can be upgraded immediately. And, okay, a bawdy house I could turn into a theatre. Yet more rakes. I mean, to be honest, I want to make absolutely sure this place is locked down. Do it. Drop a bit of money on all this. We've also got ourselves a tea plantation. Average yield here. Oh yeah, now this place is generating not just good tax, but good flipping trade resources as well. I love it. Oh bloody hell. Tea's worth almost as much as spices are these days. That's spectacular. Also, John, you're getting a bit build happy here because your army needs replenishment. 2,240's worth. So, okay, hold off the... Actually, you know what? Hold off that upgrade. Do this one. That's important. We're already... Yeah, we're rebuilding that. That's pretty important too. You guys have yourselves upgrades right there. Because this place is, yeah, 13 resistance to foreign occupation. And into significant religious unrest. Yeah, that's the thing. If you walk into a Catholic territory and tell them they're Protestant or vice versa, I think that's worth like -2, -3 or something. But yeah, down here, in this part of the world, it's a bigger deal that you've just walked in and said, hey, by the way, you're being ruled by Christians now. Causes more trouble. So this is why we need the trade goods. Because we're not really going to be able to turn taxes on anytime soon. Like, I've got a full stack army sitting in this city, and even then, with tax exemption, yeah, we're only at +4 with the lower classes, 0 with the upper. So we need to do something about this at some point. We need to find, yeah, a nice town that can become a church school. I mean, to be honest, now we know we've got that theatre going on down in Arcot over the water. Over here in Ceylon, you know what? Let's do it. Let's get the church school out. Because at the bare minimum, that means, yeah, we're spawning rakes over here and then priests over here. And we can ship the priests anywhere they need to be. Okay, with that in play, we're in a pretty good shape over here. Because over here, they've got no port. Over here, we've already locked down their port, and they don't seem to particularly care about that fact. They're making no effort to push me out of it. So this side of the coast is now pretty much secure. And that means we can start moving, yes, the main navy, which is in good condition, excellent, over in this direction. This is what we need to do. Now. We do have one mysterious thing to take care of, which is one of the tiny starting regions, these guys, they're still around. The Marathons just decided to be friends with them and then never eat them. So, okay guys, what's your deal precisely? They don't like me, they're trade partners with Maratha, but they never became allies with them or anything. Though they do seem to get on well, is the feeling mutual. The feeling is somewhat mutual, but on the other hand, this territory is, oh, fabulously wealthy. Now this is what we needed to see. That's a lot of mining wealth, actually. Oh, get you with your steam-powered gold mines, and I'm guessing that's a gem pit, pretty decent as well. They also have a tea, though not much of it, and they've got no port to ship it anywhere, so... Okay, presumably you've got... Oh. In just 2 turns, you guys get yourself... Mangalore versus... Oh, bloody hell. What are you getting instead of that port? You need that port. Yeah, they're going to get this tiny village instead in 2 turns. Well, that's just bloody disappointing. Because, yeah, can't help but notice, these guys are pretty much unguarded. And on top of that, it's a proper big city with a military academy. Okay, that's sexy. Great arsenal. Pretty bloody sexy. Then, yeah, good building in terms of repression. Nice building there. This place is super well upgraded. There's an argument to say, you know what? Just send in the brand new army when that arrives in a second. Because, yeah, I think the map's indicating there are, yeah, cliffs here. But I'm pretty sure I could just disembark the army by the port right here. then move them round and... oh, bloody hell. Where can you walk versus not walk? I'm not 100% sure. I mean, this army could just get in next turn and do it via land. That would be just fine too, because they could definitely get in and... oh, check out your fancy paved roads and everything. La-di-da. Okay, don't forget the other theatres, by the way, though. Oh, bloody hell. We need to remember to leave some money in the kitty for paying off Westphalia and Britain, just sending them a never-ending stream of horses and china plates. Because we're expanding a bit too fast right now, okay? This is too fast, but just 2 more territories, and I'd say we call it with Spain. Make peace with them. Though, just going nice and slow, please. Just so we've, you know, verified there's not a massive army waiting for us. And seriously, America is just so often underdeveloped. Constant harbour villages, no actual bloody ports. They are starting to try and take me seriously, though. At this point, we've got line infantry. Yeah, that is colonial light cavalry. They've got cannons. They've got their own natives they've recruited. We've got more than enough to deal with it. But they are starting to take me seriously, and we need to treat that line infantry with respect. Still, one advantage we do have here is it's a pretty uncomplicated town push, meaning the buildings can provide me cover against their cannon. Because I don't have one of them out here. Alright, guys, just start pushing forwards towards the city. Nice and fast, please. Nice and fast. My snipers, if they can get in buildings, can do really good work. In fact, for the time being, they're advancing nice and slow. I think they're putting faith in, yeah, their cannons. So, okay. We need to assassinate the cannons before they're going to try and move into us. You guys just get yourselves into a nice, safe position. I'm pretty confident I can just get over here with my various bits of cavalry and, yeah, put a lot of firepower on those cannons, get back out again before anyone can do anything to me. Still, I do not blame them for what they're doing, which is, yeah, draw up defensively, rely on their cannons. Good call. Then just screen their cannons using their own superior infantry. Fine, good idea. Though they're kind of blowing up the town, then again, if they know it's not going to be their town for too much longer, why not, I suppose? Okay, for the time being, they're not going to be doing, yeah, too much to us, too many buildings in the way. So I just need to try and find an opening. Though, to be honest, as a starting point, just moving forward, laying down a bit of fire, seeing if we can just bait some people forward. Yes or no? That works just fine too. They're currently moving, yeah, cavalry away. Because, yeah, that is just normal cavalry and nothing else. And they're trying to draw up a new line that makes a bit more sense. Though, actually, this is going to give me a good opportunity to jump on them. Guys, get in. Then again, this side is a bit better defended. Maybe you guys stay where you are, just for the time being. I want you guys to open fire. Get into position. There we go. Lovely. Shaken, wavering. If we can just see these guys off before they can respond. They're trying to deal with it. Reload faster, guys. Reload faster. Reload faster. In comes the cavalry and doesn't want to engage. Not properly. Okay, pull back a tiny amount. We've also got you guys over here. They might be responding to this cavalry instead. Now you guys just pull back in. They might have had some bad firing lines at the rear. So if I just give them slightly different formations and thus different firing lines, some guys at the back might be able to... oh, yeah. There we go. Back to wavering. Unfortunately, these are... okay, you're the melee lads. So you're not doing much. Shattered. Dumb. That's the cannons taken care of. Pull back the cavalry. They are no longer needed in that position. Though, to be honest, if melee lads want to chase down my gun cavalry, I mean, I'm happy to shoot you lads. I won't say no. Just reform into your positions over here. Someone's going to have a shot sooner or later, right? And anytime you're ready, lads. Anytime. Okay, bit slow on the old reload state. Bit slow on the old reloads. Here we go. This looks more like it. Got my own troops coming up the side over here. We've got the guys who are on the other flank coming back in over here. We should be shooting everybody from every angle momentarily. These guys sometimes just flickering out of existence. What can you do, eh? So, okay, you guys get over to here. You guys get over to here. You guys get over to here. And this unit will be destroyed in moments. Where are my snipers? Because you guys can now start doing some lovely work on the other side of town. Okay, we've got one unit of, Colonial line. Bit damage coming in. Bit isolated too. So, honestly, this is good news. He's well ahead of his friends. Simply send melee troops to engage him immediately. He's already tired. We've taken, yes, the central building over here. Guys, you do not need to shoot at those guys anymore. If they turn to face my cavalry, then yes, my lads will... Oh, there's even sniper fire coming from the town hall. Flippin' love it. So, okay. We should be able to just annihilate and scare off these guys. No trouble. We got troops coming from every possible angle. Here comes some more fire. Momentarily. There we go. That's lovely. I don't know why, yes, some native troops just sort of flickering out of existence. Way more than other units. I do not know why it happens, but it's pretty common. And these guys are already wavering. They've been fired upon. They are surrounded. And off they flippin' go. So long, losers. And better, these guys have now drawn up what's left on the edge of town. I think we might actually be in a position to occupy this small house here and start taking some shots out the windows. I think we might just be in range of, these militia. So, alright guys, just move in. Well, they've started breaking the windows. Generally, they don't do that unless they've got a shot. So I'm pretty sure they think they do. And there we go. Militia is being fired upon. Just start very cautiously moving forward my snipers. Anyone attempts to respond whatsoever, I just move around the edge with the horses, and then they'll be hit from multiple angles. They won't be happy. Just keep the melee troops near-ish by, just in case we need emergency reinforcements of the meteor variety. Oh dear, one unit of militia decided to step forward. Didn't work well for him. What I really want is, the line infantry. Just take a few steps forward and be absolutely bloody shredded. We've also got, some native foot right here ready to go. You guys just being slowly picked apart by the snipers in this building. There we go, right there. We got shots coming in from these lads on these lads. It's just beautiful. And you're basics. You're not going to be able to do anything to me. We can push forward a bit more aggressively with the cavalry, especially when they're repositioning. So, alright, get over to here. They're trying to turn. They're trying to turn the faces, but, oh, by turning, they've exposed their flank to the snipers. Oh, guys, that's sad. You guys push forward and begin opening fire. Fire, fire, and more fire. Wavering already. They do not like that. One little bit. And shattered. Okay, guys, push back a tiny amount. Snipers keep pushing up. This is lovely. I'm enjoying this immensely. This was the lovely thing about this game, by the way, which is it was all about positioning. Way more so than, like, any other Total War game, to my mind. It was all about getting your troops in the right positions, the right concaves. Fine, it was never unimportant in Total War, but I feel like this is where, yes, the battles were at their most tactical, where it was really about making sure you were in the right place at the right time, and it was just, very strategic. I did enjoy it. So now my cavalry come around the back. You guys are trying to fire, but gotta be honest, it's a bit late. It's a bit late, lads. You're in a lot of trouble now. And oh, there comes the fire from them, wavering already, and any moment now, let's just get in. They are being sniped from every direction, and they've decided this town is not bloody worth the trouble. There we go. 2 units of good line infantry taken out. Only 100 casualties. I'll take it. Repair the building. Can we afford repairs of the troops? 500. Almost, but not quite. Alright, Guatemala, what have you got for me? Honestly, not much in terms of tax, so we will exempt you from taxation. That gets me a port in 7. Now that, I will take. I mean, it's a single not great bit of sugar, to be honest. Then we've got, there might be more villagers. Plenty of America takes time and care to be turned into a profitable endeavor. Because the mines are great, but the trade resources, not spectacular. very often, there's no cities, there's no ports, there's no anything. So yeah, the amount of industry is not great. Now, one thing I did notice, however, is over in Europe, we've got some, oh my. We've got some Finnish boats ready to go. 2 4th rate. Good ships right here. Toss in a 1/6 rate and 1/4 rate from up in Norway as well. Bring you guys together and we've got a small but very, very powerful fleet. Which could indeed very comfortably go up against, yes, small Spanish fleets. Though admittedly, bloody galleons. Just look at that nonsense. Almost 5k in a hull. My bloody brand new exciting 4th rates do not have that much in their hull. But, yeah, in terms of range, accuracy, reloading, etc. They will do the job, it'll be fine. Though seriously, galleons are terrifying. And here we go. New holdings are starting to pay for themselves. Income next turn is looking good. Between, yeah, Central America and South India, we're starting to get some cash in. I love it. Okay, rest of the world, what have you got for me? And actually, don't forget, we should go and keep an eye on Britain at some point. They sent a big fleet with a full stack army in what looks like the direction of North America. Maybe a couple of turns back. So I don't know what they were planning for that. If we're lucky, they might be planning to push against, yeah, Spain, around Florida, that sort of territory. Because that would be really useful as far as I'm concerned. Oh, we've got movement from Prussia, and I suspect they've just kicked the arse of, yes, a Westphalian army, though their armies are looking increasingly tattered. I suspect they can't really afford all the troops they've got on one city. Like, the AI will cheat in terms of economy, but it can't cheat that hard. Like, eventually it's going to run into economic issues. Okay, here we go. Maratha. So, a handful of small troops floating around. We know they've got a big army somewhere up north. We just don't have visibility of it right this second. So, okay. Small troops, and I feel like these guys know I'm on the way. But to be honest, yeah, for their wealth, they have a surprisingly small army. And, oh, did I think I just left some troops standing in Westphalian territory. I'm really sorry, that was a mistake. Speaking of Westphalia, oh you magnificent bastards just running up to Spain and trying to take them out on the sea. I'm pretty sure you just failed, but like, you know, good moxie in either case. And there we go, new entertainment building in Ceylon, absolutely flipping love it, though. Okay, workers on strike in Ceylon. Oh, they're not happy. Yes, I did kind of take, like, all the troops out of the area. So how about we just send yes, new garrison in. Sorry, my bad, that's reasonable, yes. Okay, step 1, naval maneuvering. The trade ships we captured, deploy them in this direction. We're sending them back to the Indies. This small ship that's a bit on the damage side, we don't really need that as part of the main fleet. So I'm going to go use it as, yes, a scout. Because this way, we can keep an eye on this small city right here, which is actually surprisingly wealthy in a way. Calcutta is, yes, very underdeveloped right now. There's just not much going on. There is a tiny, tiny amount of spice, mind you, but, yeah. Over here, not the wealthiest bit. This is where the money is. Speaking of which, okay, I need to actually have a plan here. Because absolutely, I can just drop these troops off anywhere. And probably, this army can take any city in front of it. The downside is going to be figuring out how far I want to push. I can't hold that many cities at once. Because until everybody calms down a bit, and we've got some priests running around, yes, unhappiness is just unmanageable. Either we exempt taxation, which is entirely a feasible strategy, or we're going to be needing really big garrisons. I can only push so far. Otherwise, I'm just going to leave a trail of rebellions behind me. As a result of that, the sensible thing to do is just drop my troops off right here. Okay, and you guys can... Okay, you guys can make it here immediately. Good. So you got yourselves... 2 generals, a couple of cannons, dotted about 2. Then we have got, ooh, Okay, la-di-da. You got yourselves a different kind of musketeers. So these guys are, yeah, range only 70. Accuracy at 45 is really good, and that's competent in terms of melee too. So, okay, they're bringing out the good stuff to defend their one and only city, which does make a lot of sense, yes. But with them now on the ground, that means a kill fleet can do its job, which is slowly go and investigate how bad is the situation further up in this direction. Where are the cities guarded? Where's the fleet? There it is. Okay. So, there is an army right here. It's a bit on the small side. There's some actual... yeah, look at that. These guys are nightmares. They've got proper hardcore swordsmen. So these guys will just charge in and start hitting ya. And with melee defense 18, charge bonus 12, melee attack 14, they will shred gun lines. They are surprisingly efficient, actually. You gotta make sure you do not get flanked by them. But, oh, I've been waiting for this. This is gonna be great fun. Deploy kill fleet. We're just gonna have some target practice today. Though, hang about. Oh yes, we captured a few other trade ships. Okay, you guys can also just go back in this direction. I feel like this is not your fights. Meanwhile, behind a trade fleet, yes. Deploy my fleet into every port they've got going. I do not want them to rebuild any fleets whatsoever. You guys can just come and get involved over here, right on the edge of their zone of control. But most importantly... oh, let's flipping go. I've been looking forward to this. We finally get to see kill fleet in action. And we even get the reinforcements. We do not need them, but whatever. Oh, here we go. For the first time, we are bringing plenty of 5th rates to bear. No 4th rates, unfortunately. They'll be part of the next wave. But, oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful right here. Just... send them forward. We're going pretty much straight into the wind right now, but it looks to me like they're actually turning, yeah, pretty hard in this direction. So we can tack over here without too much in the way of trouble. We'll probably intercept them about there. We are not going so much in the way of fast right now, but what can you do? We are going against the wind. Then again, I could just move over here and catch them on that side. That would not be terrible. I mean, I've got reinforcements coming in from the rear, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, you guys come over here, and then we've just got ships coming in this direction. They're just going to come in and have some fun too. I see no reason why not, to be honest. Oh, here we go. 5th rates, because 5th rates have excellent range, and we are just slowly hammering at these guys. This is... oh, this is lovely. This is absolutely lovely. This is going to be devastating levels of fire to all these little ships. Just look at their hulls. Their hulls are starting to collapse already. So, alright, guys. Turn her around. Turn her around. Get right up the middle of them. In fact, you know what? Tack into the wind in this direction. That should be pretty good. So just give them the old wiggle. We've got reinforcements, like an entire stack of them, just coming out the fog to the rear of you. It's gonna be beautiful. Don't know whether they're gonna get here in time, but we'll give it a flipping go. Also, did I... okay, I left some 5th and 6th rates at the rear. Sorry about that. We'll get them in as soon as they can get here. But yeah, here we go. This is just superior firepower of superior ships. These guys, they can't deal with it. They can't deal with the amount of fire that's being put on them. They've just surrendered because just basic cannon fire has knocked out their guns. I mean, these ships were in good condition, I think, at the start of this fight, and they're just losing guns so fast. This guy's already down to, yeah, half of his actual payload already. This guy back here, 18 out of 18 for now. You're 18 out of 18. Keep an eye on you. You're down to, yeah, 15, 14, 13. This level of fire is just destroying them. They cannot deal with it. Oh, we do have one ship that appears to be... you were briefly on fire, but yes, fires can be put out. If you want to make sure fires get put out, unless your ship doesn't just explode and instant die, stop them doing anything. If they're busy reloading, turning, firing, changing speed, they're less capable of putting out a fire. Just tell them to absolute hard stop, do not do anything, and that makes life much easier. Now give everybody a good wiggle, get some new firing lines going on momentarily. There we go, look at that, shaken, not happy. Most of the fleet is just absolutely in tatters already. And to confirm, the first sloop just made it in time to contribute. Oh no! Oh, that's such a shame. He was just about to turn and fire, but the last ship surrendered. Okay, I don't want any of these whatsoever. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take money from the Sea Police for all those boats. And I'm going to take that Sea Police money and convert it straight into Britain not attacking me. Although actually, to be honest, Westphalia are down to indifferent, only plus 18. Oh, guys. Guys. Unacceptable. Right, Westphalia, we are going to give you a gift. I'm going to give you the nicest horse in the world. Alright, and there we go. My most generous gift will touch their monarch's heart. Love it. And here's the other way we're going to pay for that, which is, right now we're making, yes, just over 3 grand from other, and other does include piracy. Killfleet is going to go and stand right here on this trade route, because this trade route is the trade route where Maratha trades outwards, because yeah, Maratha doesn't need colonies, it's got luxuries inside its own territory, so it doesn't need to expand to get hold of those luxury goods, it just has them already. It makes a huge amount of money selling its own goods to Europe. So Maratha shipping 4 grand along this trade spine straight out to Europe, and Spain and Russia need somebody to trade with, because they, of course, are really lacking in trade partners right now. As a result of that, there is a huge amount of hostile trade going along right on this line right here. And I'm going to send Killfleet right onto it. Make sure we're right on the right bit of line there. Then just open this up. Almost 3 grand a turn is being stolen from this line. This here is why I don't actually want to stop their, main port from trading. I would rather just steal all the bloody trade, because Maratha Confederacy trade is now down to 980 overall, which is beautiful. And to be honest, I'm pretty happy just sending, the rest of this stuff over in this direction. Now, hang on. Did you just say Ottoman? Do the Ottomans have... Oh, you guys are trading with the port of Mesopotamia up in this direction. Yeah, okay, that makes sense, yes. And I could absolutely just dump this right here to take what's left of their trade, which would be beautiful. That would now be up to, okay, 6,249. Not a massive increase, to be honest. I feel like the better bet at this point would be take the, smallest, weakest boats and just start using them as port blockaders and also scouts simultaneously. These are useful scouts for me. If they start moving troops around, I will see it if they are anywhere near the bloody coast. So now just start basically distributing ships everywhere across the coast. Though admittedly, what's left up in this direction? There's this port that used to be, the Persian capital right over there. That's about your lot, actually. So that would imply only 1 more boat is needed. So you guys can just sit here and make a giant pile of money. Though, I'm kind of actually blockading the trade I could be looting. So I'm not making that much money at this point. Okay, send the entire fleet in this direction. Because now I'm just, worried there might be another fleet floating around here. You never bloody know. Also, my Admiral is just getting better and better, obviously. Plus command at sea. Lovely. And, no, sorry, that's not my Admiral. That's the guy I brought in to be the new governor of India. And he's terrible. Okay, in Central America, it's gonna take me a bit of a while to actually get to Mexico. There's no roads down here, unfortunately, so going through the jungle is slow work. And in Europe, no major changes as far as I can see. Though, the war between Sweden and Russia is definitely getting a bit nasty. I'm seeing various buildings that have been set on fire dotted about. And I suspect Sweden wants to take, some of the very small and ill-defended territories in the north of Russia over here. Okay, and one thing we crucially must do today, which is have a proper city on the Indian mainland. And I'm so sorry, guys. I know you've not actually done, like, anything wrong at all, but you're just positioned really conveniently. You are an excellent stepping off point for attacking any of these cities around you. From here, I can just generate a huge amount of threat. So, we're going in and, oh my, it's time for the flipping howitzers to have a run. Oh, bless them, they literally this turn made an alliance with Maratha. Oh, guys, it's not gonna help. But I appreciate that they figured out what I was doing. Right, don't go rushing in just yet, though. This is not actually a full stack army. We need to send some better guys in. In particular, we need to send a better general in. I'm so sorry, but you're kind of terrible. We shall deploy you and one unit of highly experienced Swiss troops. Flipping love it. Into the army you go. And yes, the most experienced and qualified general immediately takes command. Okay, I would say that is more than enough for now. How about we have a bit of a cliffhanger and kick off next time with what may be the nastiest assault we've ever undertaken, because we are going up against pretty decent musketeers, some town militia who are pretty damn good in a melee, and as an extra treat, let's say the people in charge of this town, they don't ride horses into battle. So, oh, you're not going to want to miss next time. Hopefully, you are looking forward to that. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been Empire Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
This guy's enjoying that. This guy's enjoying his elephant a bit too much.
Oh my god.
In Fair Verona, we set our scene. Oh my god, Becky, look at her butt. It is so big.
They've managed to glitch inside one of the buildings. Elephants in the rear! And then in come the chariots!